Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is a recap of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 10, Episode 3, Tap That App. Spoiler alert, if you have not yet watched this episode of Season 10 of RuPaul's Drag Race, I will be revealing the names of the challenge winners as well as the name of the contestant being eliminated at the end of this episode. You have been warned. Again, another action-packed episode, so let's get to it. We start off, as we always do, right where we left off with Calorie leaving the show and the girls back in the workroom talking about it. Apparently, Monique thinks she should have won, not been in the bottom three. There's a little shade thrown at the Vixen because her best look was with a borrowed wig. It wasn't even something of her own, which is a little weird if you think about it. But I did say I thought it was Vixen's best look. Maybe she should borrow all her stuff. Please don't tell the Vixen I said that. That girl will cut a bitch. Unlike the Vixen, I am not here to fight. Okay, we start right off with the mini challenge, and it is for RuPaul's chocolate bar. And the girls have 20 minutes to get dressed up like they came right off the bus to Hollywood, trying to make it as an actress, and they have to do a screen test for a commercial for this candy bar. And they are supposed to be as funny as possible. Some of them were hilarious. Some were not. They were like trying to be sexy. Anyway, so the top three are my gal, Blair St. Clair, Monique Hart. There you go, Monique. You always think you should be at the top. There you are. And Monet Exchange. I'm really liking Monet Exchange. She's grown on me because I do think she's funny and she's cute. She's just a cutie. So the Maxi-challenge is to create a commercial for a fake new app. They're going to be divided into 3 teams, and you guessed it, the 3 winners of the mini challenge are the captains of the teams. They do schoolyard pick again. Eureka was not picked last, as she noted. So it's 3 teams of 4 girls. The 3 apps are the End of Days, which is like a doomsday app for doomsday preppers. The second one is called Fibsters, which is an app for pathological liars. And the third one is called Butterface. I still don't understand this one. I guess is an app for butterfaces. Okay, so Blair picks Ms. Cracker, Eureka, and the Vixen. Monique picked Dusty Ray Bottoms, Cameron, and Mayhem. And Monet picked Asia, Aquaria, and Yuha. Well, she kind of got stuck with Yuha because Yuha was the last one left. They have to come up with a commercial for these apps. Right off the bat, we see that Yuha is struggling a bit. She is on the Butterface team, and I guess Monet is the narrator, so she looks pretty. And then the other 3 girls are supposed to be Butterfaces. So, you know, like Aquaria's got kind of a Pinocchio nose and these prosthetic things hanging off her cheeks. And Asia has like a flattened nose and warts all over her face. First of all, Yuha wanted to get a fake nose. And they said, well, I mean, Aquaria and Asia are already doing like prosthetic noses, so it's not like the bad nose challenge, it's Butterface, so why don't you choose something different? So she starts doing her makeup. Everybody's getting like frustrated because she's looking pretty. And they're like, are you supposed to be a pretty one, Yuha? And she goes, no. Well, you don't look like a Butterface. And so she's like, it will. I'm going to put like spots on my face and stuff. And I was thinking, is she throwing shade at Dusty? Anyway, she's not really embracing the whole get ugly thing. Either that or she's just not really good at it. She just doesn't really know how to do makeup well enough. I don't know. Fibsters is first. So they're in front of Michelle Visage and Carson Kressley, who's back again this week. So the 2 of them are kind of helping them through the filming of this commercial. It's not going great. I don't really understand what they're trying to do. Cameron was the narrator. Mayhem wanted to be the narrator, but Cameron, I guess, wrote the script for the narrator. So Cameron ended up saying, well, I mean, since I wrote it and I know the words, it's probably just easier for me to do it. Well, Mayhem wasn't happy about it. And Monique was the captain, so they were leaving it up to her. And she, I guess, basically just said, well, if you don't mind, then let's just have Cameron do it because Cameron knows it better. Well, Cameron really kind of playing it straight. Carson and Michelle were kind of trying to get more out of her. None of them were great. I didn't really get it. It was actually a bit of a hot mess. And even Carson Kressley said to Michelle, this is a disaster. I'm a little worried for them at this point. Next is the End of Days, which is Blair's team. And in contrast, I thought their first rehearsal here was great. For the little bit that we get to see, I just thought, okay, they're on to something. It was already funny to me, and I didn't even have the whole story. Finally, we had Madam Butterface. This one wasn't much better than Fibster because I feel like I didn't understand the concept. I don't know if they understood the concept. With the help of Michelle, I will say this. They told Asia to do more with her face in the background to make funny, like ugly faces. And Asia was really good. She was really funny. Yuha, not so much. Yuha's line, she delivers her line after she rolls forward on a big exercise ball. I feel like her line didn't make sense. She rolls forward and looks at the camera and says, with my strong and flexible body, I can move in all different positions. What does that have to do with the butterface? I don't know. And the face, I don't know. I guess she was supposed to have moles with long hair coming out of them, but no. Okay, now it's elimination day, and the girls are in the workroom getting their makeup on, getting dressed and ready, and Blair St. Clair misses her mom. Oh, it's so cute. She's just a baby, you know, and I guess she's with her mom every day. So this is a lot. This is hard for her to be away from her for so long. And it's very sweet. And they talk about, I guess her parents are religious. And so Dusty Ray Bottoms said, oh yeah, so is my family. And then, oh gosh, we get the worst heartbreaking story ever. Dusty's parents are very religious, and when they found out that he was gay, they immediately took him to church. And I don't know, he said that like the church counselor, it was kind of like a pray away the gay situation. It was seriously, it was really bad. He had to tell them every partner he's ever been with, and he had like the pastor or whoever it was telling him homosexuals will never find love, and it was a tough story to hear. Consequently, he left home. He has no relationship with his parents. He's engaged to be married, so he found love regardless of, you know, what that whoever thought. But I just, you know, as a mom, I just keep thinking about like putting myself in his mom's place. I feel like I want to ask her, are you happy now? You lost your child. Your child is not in your life. I can't imagine that's what your God would want. Listen to your heart. Don't you miss him? I almost forget that there are really people like that still in the world. Enough of that. Back to the show. Like I said, it's elimination day. The girls are in the workroom getting ready. And Aquaria, that chick is tough, let me tell you. She is throwing shade at the vixen. She brings up again about the borrowed wig for that look. I just think it's weird. And they're going back and forth. And then Aquaria makes this comment about how she doesn't think that the snapshot matters in the judging, as far as the judging is concerned. And the vixen says, well, if the snapshot doesn't matter at all, then what difference does it make what wig I wore? Oh, snap, girl. Aquaria is like, well, it doesn't matter. She gets all flustered, and then she walks off. You know, I have a love-hate relationship with the vixen. Well, I mean, mostly based on fear. I think I have to give the best line of the night to the vixen when she says to the confession cam, Aquaria likes to poke the bear and run, but this bear will chase you. Be afraid of the bear. Girl scares me. Oh, then there was a spider on one of their dresses, and it's so funny. There's total chaos in the room while everyone's screaming and jumping on tables, and Cameron, I think, somebody finally like catches it in a cup, but like nobody wants to touch it. It's fun. It's kind of funny. And so it sort of sidetracks the feud between the Vixen and Aquaria, and the Vixen said, that spider saved Aquaria's life. I have no doubt. Did I mention how scary the Vixen is? All right, it's time for the main stage. RuPaul comes out, and in my notes, I just wrote RuPaul equals stunning. Because what else can I say? Introducing the judges, Michelle Visage. Like I said before, we have Carson Kressley back this week, but we lost Ross Matthews. He's not here this week, and in his place is Nico Tortorella, who's Josh on Younger. He's so cute. And oh my God, our guest judge, I bow to her, Courtney Love. I love Hole. I am a huge fan. Okay, so just when I feel like I'm getting a hang of like the parameters of the show and how it works, we have Snapshot, which I thought was going to be at the very end, but okay. So we have Snapshot. The theme tonight is feathers. We have Blair St. Clair in a beautiful swan type gown. Next is Ms. Cracker, who has a little nest with some little blue eggs and sort of like a gold cage around as a skirt. Eureka. Oh, all right. Okay. Eureka came to play because she is in black feathers head to toe. Her hair is up. It like sort of an Ursula kind of a thing. Just gorgeous. The Vixen had a green wig and peacock feathers. That was nice. Monique was in white and gold wings. Mayhem was in pink and black. Dusty had like kind of a showgirl thing, corset and like wings. Cameron was in black with gold at the shoulders. Monet had a sort of a beaded top and then feathers at the bottom. I think that was pink and black, I think. Asia, oh, this was funny. Hers was like Tweety Bird, but it was just like a giant cape sort of that went to the floor, all yellow feathers and giant Tweety Bird eyes. It was cute and funny. Yuha was in black with like these crows around her coming out of wires. And Aquaria, I liked hers. She was in white feathers, and she had arrows stuck in her with blood coming from the arrows. I thought that was cool. Okay, so I figured out why the Snapshot was first. Because the Maxi-challenge was on film. They filmed their commercials, so they weren't performing it live, so that's why they could be in their looks already, I guess. So now we get to see each of the commercials. Okay, End of Days was first, and I loved it. It was funny. It was good. Blair did great. I think the standouts for me were Blair and Ms. Cracker, but Eureka did good. Even the Vixen. It was great. Next was Fibster. While I will say it was much, much better than the rehearsal, it was just okay for me. I understood the storyline and everything, but it just was okay for me. Finally was Madame Butterface. Still, after seeing the whole commercial, I did not understand what the app was for. Was this supposed to be like an app for girls with a butterface to meet guys who don't care? I didn't understand it because I think they're all supposed to be dating apps. So, I don't know, but I mean, I guess the fact that they didn't even still convey that message to me tells you that it wasn't that great. I did think that Asia was the standout, though, because of what she had learned from Michelle in practice to be like in the background making those faces. She was funny, but the rest was Okay, so RuPaul announces that even though they worked in teams, this time they're going to be judged individually. So RuPaul calls Asia, Blair, and Eureka. They are in the top 3. Oh, and I'm so happy for my little Blair. Even though personally, I think Ms. Cracker deserved to be in the top 3, but Next, we find out that Yuha, Cameron, and Mayhem are the bottom 3 of the week. So all the rest of the ladies are safe and they can leave the stage. Then we go through the judges' critiques for the top 3 and the bottom 3. Carson Kressley tells Blair that he was getting this Amy Adams vibe, which is exactly what I thought from the first time I saw her. Except, you know what? I think I might have said somebody else. But I meant to say Amy Adams. Did I say Emma Stone? I might have. I always do that. But I meant Amy Adams because doesn't she look just like Amy Adams? Or Isla Fisher, one or the other, because those two look alike. But I love that like Carson thought the same thing I did. So the critiques were pretty spot on for me. I pretty much agreed with everything that they said. Eureka finally woke up and joined the show. Cameron complained that she only had one funny line. But didn't Cameron write those lines? Wasn't that why Cameron said I should just be the narrator because I wrote it? So, girl, write yourself something funnier. Mostly, I felt like the bottom 3 were using excuses in general. Mayhem complained that she knew that her lines weren't very good. Yuha got blasted for not being ugly enough, and she said, well, the others told me I couldn't use a nose, which was not how it went down. And then they said that they didn't understand her line. It didn't make sense to them. Who wrote your line? And she said, well, I wrote the line. And they're like, well, okay, then that's the problem. And then she complained, well, I just felt like I was rushed, like I didn't have enough time. Like I said, the bottom 3 were all full of excuses. So they leave and the judges deliberate. They come back and RuPaul says, Asia O'Hara, congratulations, you're the winner of this week's challenge. And then of course we know that Blair and Eureka are safe. They leave and now we are on the bottom 3. Oh, Asia won $10,000 gift card to Casper Mattress and $3,000 gift card to Delish. 13,000 bucks. These prizes are nice. Okay, so of the bottom 3, it's Yuha and Mayhem who are up for elimination. And this week, they have to lip sync for their lives to Celebrity Skin by Hole. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. And I mean, they did okay. I didn't think either of them sort of really knocked me out. I wonder how much the lip syncing for your life matters. It's my guess that this lip sync for your life only matters in the rare case that the bottom 2 are like neck and neck and really, really close. And I don't think it was that close this week. And RuPaul says, Mayhem Miller, Shantae you stay. Yuha Hamasaki, sashay away. You know what? I wasn't ready for Yuha to go home. I like her. We end with the lipstick message on the mirror from Yuha, impressively in English and Chinese. And remember, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe to Jill Informed if you have not already done so. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. I love to hear from you guys. And I will see you next Thursday for the next recap of RuPaul's Drag Race. Bye-bye.